Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a video entitled the Portfolio Checklist, and I thought that this video was of utmost importance seeing that this time of year is normally SBA time. But apart from that, after marking the subject for a number of years, I realized that there are some persons who are still not clear as to the actual documents that should be a part of the EDPM portfolio. Years gone by, normally persons would have submitted 20 pieces of documents, but the syllabus has been revised and it no longer requires 20 pieces, but rather 10 pieces of documents. And some persons are still not clear as to which 10 pieces from that previous 20 should be a part of the portfolio. And so I'm doing this quick video just to do a checklist for you to get an idea of what is exactly needed. Now, the first section or the portfolio starts off with the title letters. Now, under this heading, you are required to submit 2 letters. The first one says 2-page blocked or indented style letter. Now, for this, you are required to do a blocked style letter or an indented style letter. A semi-block style letter should not be done. And if a semi-block style letter is done, it will not be marked. Okay? And this letter should be 2-page. And please, I'm asking you to ensure that you do not do a 1-page letter and then you space it out so that it goes on 2 pages and then you call it a 2-page letter. Okay? That can't work. Because for me specifically, when I'm marking and I get something like that, I put it to the correct line spacing to see if it's actually 2 or 1 page. All right. And so please, it should be a 2-page letter. And simply because CSEC is trying to find out how you head up your second page. Okay. And so that 2-page letter can be with enumeration, with inset, with a table, or just a simple 2-page letter by itself. All right. And notice I have that word or there in all caps, and I even bold it for it to stand out for you to know it is either or, not both, because persons do submit 2 of these letters. So it's 1 that should be submitted. The other one says a circular letter or a form with a tear-off slip. So if you submit a circular letter or you submit a form, know that it should have a tear-off section on it. To not have a tear-off section means that it is incomplete. And if it's incomplete, it is automatically incorrect. All right, so you will not receive the marks. All right, so a circular letter or a form with a tear-off slip. The next section speaks about a manuscript. Now, as it relates to manuscript, you can do one of 3 types of manuscripts. The first one says you can do a play, and that play must have actors' part. So, for example, you have the Midsummer Night's Dream, or you have Romeo and Juliet, where you basically say what one person says, Romeo, what Romeo says, Juliet, what Juliet says, right? Something along that line. But it must have the actors' part. Or you can have a report form of manuscript, and the normal manuscript that you type is a perfect example of the report form of manuscript. All right. Or you can utilize what is known as a specification. So any of these 3, right, can be used as your manuscript. Now note also that it should be typed in double line spacing, as all manuscripts should be in double line spacing, and it should utilize footnotes or endnote. And if it is that it's on 2 pages, then the continuation page must be headed accordingly. Following that, we have tabulation. Now it says you need to submit a ruled tabulation with main and multi-columnar headings, and you should apply to that whether you're going to utilize vertical or oblique heading. All right, so you should have a main heading. You should have more than 1 headings. Multi-columnar heading, that is a section of the table where you have split headings, all right, inside. So you may have, for example, gender, and below it you have boy, girl, right? Something along that line. But whatever you do, you need to ensure that whatever table you use should have either vertical or oblique heading that is applied to it. All right, and then the spacing between the main heading and the table is also looked at. And the format in which you type it is also looked at. So you need to be careful there. Okay, next we move on to committee documents. Now, as it relates to committee documents, you type a notice with an agenda. Now, I've seen where persons would have typed a notice by itself and then they will type an agenda by itself. That is wrong. They go together. And your teacher should have taught you, or if you're a teacher, you should teach the students that apart from them being separate documents, the notice and agenda can go together. All right, so here we require, or CXC requires, a notice with an agenda attached to it. So that is one document. The second document under this heading is either a chairman's agenda or a minutes of a meeting. And note the word or here again, because it should not be a chairman's agenda and a minutes of a meeting, right? Only one should be placed here. And so you will end up with your two documents. Again, you should note your line spacing and follow all the rules for typing these documents. All right, bear in mind that when it comes to marking the portfolio pieces, they should be mailable. So one error and the entire document is incorrect. Okay, one error and the entire document is incorrect. So your punctuation, your spacing, your capitalization, etc. should be on par. Next, we have display work. Now, under this heading, you have an invitation. So it speaks about simple displays and advanced display. That's how this unit is taught, right? So for simple display, you can either present an invitation with a menu or a program of an event. One or the other. An invitation with a menu. So know that the invitation must accompany a menu or a program. So it shouldn't be an invitation with a menu and a program. Okay, I've seen a document like that over the years. So it's an invitation with a menu or a program, and that will represent the simple display. When it comes to the section that speaks to advanced display, you can either present a flow chart or an organizational chart, not both. And I've tried my best though to pop the word or, for you to know it's one of them, not both, that is required. All right, and then the final section speaks to legal documents. Now, with the legal documents, the first section or the first document should be a lease or a hire purchase agreement or a will with an endorsement. So you're either going to type a lease with an endorsement, a hire purchase agreement with an endorsement, or a will with an endorsement based on what is here, right? So any one of these three documents, not all three you're required to do, just one. So just one of them, but whichever one you decide to type must come with an endorsement attached to it. So to not have an endorsement with your document means that your document is incomplete, and if it is incomplete, then it is automatically incorrect. Now, once you have that document down, the next thing that you are required to do, so this one is compulsory, right? You must have this in the portfolio, which is a contract of employment, which is another legal document. So all portfolios, all students are required to do a contract of employment, but decide whether you want to do a lease, a hire purchase agreement, or a will with an endorsement. And that will conclude all 10 pieces, right? Let me go back to the top. So you'll do a 2-page letter. So that will be 1, a circular letter, 2, a manuscript in whatever form, 3, tabulation, 4, committee, a notice and agenda, 5, a chairman's agenda or minutes of a meeting, whichever one, 6, invitation with a menu or program, 7, a flow chart or an organizational chart, 8, a hire purchase, lease or will with endorsement, 9, and a contract of employment, 10. And that is a checklist. All 10 pieces of documents that you are required to have in your portfolio. Okay, and from there, and these documents must be mailable. I have done a video to show you how as it relates to SBA, and at the end of that video it speaks about how the portfolio is marked, right? I may decide, I'm not sure as yet, to do another video speaking about that topic again, to show you how we now move from the checklist to marking the portfolio with these documents attached to it. But I've already done that in a video. I'm going to link it, right? And you can look at that to see how you go about, how the teacher, if you're a teacher, how you go about marking the portfolio. But if you're a student, these are the documents that you must have in your portfolio. And all these documents, I have videos on each and every one of them showing you how they should be done. And if you follow that, you can't go wrong. And apart from the videos showing you these documents, I also have other videos to show you how to compile these documents once you have typed them, because for CXC, they should be in one document. All right, all attached within one document. All right, if you don't put it in one, it's not that you'll be penalized, but it is preferred that way. Okay, and so videos are there on the channel with all of this information. Just browse through and you will be satisfied to know that your content or whatever you're looking for will be there. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you stayed to the end, share it with someone who you think may benefit from the content. And if you understood what I did here today or you learned something, please give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. Thank you very much for watching as I try each and every time to make EDPM simple. Goodbye.